Let me introduce you to our super slicer. This device allows for repetitive, perfectly parallel, ultra-thin cuts in pattern bars, canes, streamers, millefiori, or virtually any other type material. How thin? Just over 1/16 of an inch. The super slicer comes with the RAM, the base, double-sided tape strips, and 3 different sizes of rubber band. The base also comes with removable pins that, when removed, allow the super slicer to be used with virtually any other saw. Place the base so that the center of the groove lines up with the center of the triangle. That way, when you slide the RAM forward, it will clear the blade without any interference or damage. To attach the material to the super slicer, in this case a pattern bar, start by attaching the double-sided tape to the RAM. Then attach the material to the double-sided tape. To keep the piece secure, attach the appropriate size rubber band. Whoa, careful! Don't shoot your eye out! Attaching the rubber band is accomplished by first hooking it to the hook on the bottom of the RAM. Then pulling it around and attaching it to the hook on the top. The hooks on the top correspond to the hooks on the bottom so that the rubber bands won't be cut by the blade. Still, a rubber band will get cut from time to time, and that's why you get big bags full. Position the RAM on the base so that your first cut will remove the least amount of material and give you a clean edge to start from. From there you can begin slicing. Every time you slice a piece off, slide the RAM back and step it over to the next appropriate groove. Try to keep even pressure all the way through the cut. Remember not to force the material. At the end of each cut, go very slowly to limit the amount of breakage on the slice. If absolute precision is not a necessity, you could use the super slicer without the double-sided tape or the rubber bands. This way is definitely a time saver and is especially easy if the piece has a flat bottom like this one does. The super slicer can be used with the standard, separating, mega, or even the slicer blade like we're using here. The slicer blade is the thinnest blade Gemini makes and will take away the least amount of material. You can also free cut with a slicer blade. Hold it! You'll notice that when we're cutting with the slicer blade, we're not following the golden rules. Remember, the standard blade is round, like in this cross-section, which allows you to cut in all directions. The slicer blade is flat, which only allows you to cut forward and backward. We now return you to your regular scheduled cutting. I don't know what that is.